When Trump's second term is over, there will be one book in his presidential library, and it will be called The Art of the Steal, because he is robbing America blind for himself and his family. And I'm going to show you that specific breaking story that is unreal in just a few seconds. But let's bear in mind what distraction and disturbance and disorder causes. It causes you to look away. Tariffs and all of the Doge activity and all of this has garnered all the media attention. Meanwhile, he is rewriting what a president can do if all their goal is to take as much as they possibly can from the use of the position of the power of the presidency. And that breaking story is coming up in just a few seconds, but let's have a little context about exactly what he's doing. Take a look.
Which brings us to the most prominent Republican opponent of today's bill, one Donald Trump.
In just a few hours, President Trump will head to an exclusive MAGA Inc. dinner party. Other media outlets have reported that the dinner costs $1.5 million per person and will also feature venture capitalist David Sachs. So MAGA Inc. is a super PAC that supports Trump, but it is raising ethical concerns from watchdog groups. So let's bring in Corey Frayer. He's the director of investor protection for the Consumer Federation of America. Let's begin. We know Trump has his own crypto meme coin. So what is a meme coin? How is it different from Bitcoin?
A meme coin is a token that you buy because you hope to profit off of it if it becomes popular enough to sell to someone else. Well, where it's the Trump coin or the president of Argentina's meme coin, they are rife with self-dealing and insider trading. Trump has made at least $350 million from this meme coin so far. He plans to sell as many as 800 million more of these coins after he's increased their price by announcing these dinners for its top buyers. In effect, Trump is a pay-to-play scheme that allows his biggest buyers in his coin to meet him in person and potentially influence him. And even possibly foreign nationals may see this as a way to bribe the president.
Now, the ex-president, we should note, is a bit of a late convert to the pro-TikTok cause. Here he is, as president 4 years ago, threatening to ban the app outright.
We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options.
But here he is 2 days ago, in the run-up to this vote, 2 days ago, on CNBC announcing opposing a ban.
Frankly, there are a lot of people on TikTok that love it. There are a lot of young kids on TikTok who will go crazy without it. There are a lot of users. There's, a lot of good, and there's a lot of bad with TikTok. The thing I don't like is that without TikTok, you can make Facebook bigger, and I consider Facebook to be an enemy of the people.
Yeah. He's really worried about Facebook only because he doesn't own it and can't control it. But what he can control is the art of the steal. Here is the story.
According to a new report in the New York Times, there's a new connection to the president's cryptocurrency plans. Here's the headline: Tiny company with China ties announces big purchase of Trump cryptocurrency. It's a fascinating story. The Times reports that, quote, the firm, which produces content for TikTok, recorded no revenue last year, but it announced this week that a mysterious stock sale would allow it to invest heavily in the Trump meme coin.
Breaking news: tiny company with China ties announces big purchase of Trump cryptocurrency. The firm, which produces content for TikTok, recorded no revenue last year, but it announced this week that a mysterious stock sale would allow it to invest heavily in the Trump meme coin. A struggling technology company that has ties to China and relies on TikTok made an unusual announcement this week. It had secured funding to buy as much as $300 million of the Trump, the so-called meme coin marketed by President Trump. GD Culture Group, a publicly traded firm with a Chinese subsidiary, has only 8 employees, its public filings show, and recorded zero revenue last year from an e-commerce business it operates on TikTok, the Chinese-owned video sharing app. But on Monday, GD Culture Group became the latest business with foreign ties to seize on Mr. Trump's crypto venture, which channels profits directly to the Trump family and has generated conflicts of interest that have alarmed ethics experts. Meme coins like Trump are a type of cryptocurrency based on an online joke or celebrity mascot and have traditionally not had any utility beyond speculation. In its statement, GD Culture Group, which is traded on the NASDAQ, said it would spend $300 million on a stockpile of Bitcoin and Strump using proceeds from a stock sale to an unnamed entity in the British Virgin Islands, a popular tax haven. It confirmed that investment plan in a securities filing late Tuesday. The purchase would create clear ethical conflicts, enriching Mr. Trump's family at the same time that the president tries to reach a deal that would allow TikTok to keep operating in the United States rather than face a congressionally approved ban. The announcement also shows how investors around the world, including some that have virtually no public footprint, have latched on to the president's crypto ventures to boost their own business prospects. In quotes, make no mistake, these foreign entities and governments obviously want to curry favor with the president, said former Representative Charles Dent, a Pennsylvania Republican who was the chairman of the House Ethics Committee. This is completely out of bounds and raises all sorts of ethical, legal, and constitutional issues that must be addressed. Investors in foreign countries have rushed to stock up on the Strump coin since it hit the market in January. Some have stated explicitly that they hope to use their purchase to influence Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump started selling the Strump coin 3 days before his inauguration, one of the several crypto ventures that he and his sons have pursued. The coin's price briefly surged, then crashed just as quickly, costing investors billions of dollars. Under federal law, foreign investors are barred from donating to a political campaign or president's inaugural fund, but Mr. Trump's crypto ventures have offered a new avenue for these overseas buyers to support him financially. In April, a Mexico-based shipping firm, Freight Tech, announced that it would spend $20 million on Mr. Trump's meme coin as a way to advocate for fair, balanced, and free trade between Mexico and the U.S. The statement by GD Culture Group did not mention any policy objectives. Xiaozhang Wang, the chief executive, said the company was embracing industrial transformation through cryptocurrencies and moving to strengthen our financial foundation. In its filing with the SEC on Tuesday, GD Culture Group confirmed its plan to buy Strump, but again omitted any information about the entity that is financing the purchase. Historically, the British Virgin Islands has been a favorite jurisdiction for overseas investors seeking to maintain confidentiality because it is easy to set up a shell company there. I don't know exactly how historians will write, characterize, or define Donald Trump's two presidencies, but I do know this. While there are similar themes to both because it's the same man, the 47th President of the United States is going to go down as the biggest thief in history, because what he learned in his first term is the exact reason why a criminal should never be allowed back in the chicken coop, because they will have learned all they need to know, and he has. He is going around every single angle you possibly can and making it out loud that he is going to steal America blind. While he barks about China, while he barks about Mexico, he is taking money on the side through the use of crypto, through the use of that entity and others to enrich himself. You see, you have to understand, Trump talks about a third term, but it's not going to go there because that's just a distraction. He doesn't care about what's happening to democracy because he's above the law. He's above democracy. If he walks away in 4 years with $1 trillion for himself personally, and his buddy Putin will shelter him, what does he really care about what happens to America? He will then be 81, 82 years old. It won't matter to him, and it doesn't, because who Donald Trump has always been is someone who only cares about himself. He doesn't care about America first. He doesn't care about Main Street, and he certainly doesn't care about those around him, which he proved in his first term. He will fire you or get rid of you in 2 seconds. He is only about him. And the fact that Americans were gullible enough to vote for this guy again, whether the election was in question or not, makes no difference. This is who he is. This is who he's always been. And you should not be shocked, but we do desperately need to find ways to solve it as quickly as possible, because we are literally selling our country, and Donald Trump is standing at the wheel of the ship. You guys hang in there. Stay frosty.